This is the final straw. I can't take no more. She's gone too far this time, and I'm done.
Could Tammy Slaton's startling new career move put an end to 1000 LB Sisters for good? Hi everyone, this is Jennifer from 90 Day Insider, and I'm excited to be back with another amazing video. Don't miss the drama, the behind the scenes, stories, and the latest updates, because today's story might be the most explosive one yet. Fans who have followed Tammy's journey from the very beginning know that it has been filled with emotional highs and devastating lows. With health scares that nearly claimed her life, family feuds that split the Slaton siblings, and incredible transformations that shocked the world. But now, in a twist more unexpected than any hospitalization or family blowup, Tammy has reportedly taken a career step so bold, so unthinkable, that it could not only alter her own future, but potentially bring down one of TLC's most successful franchises in history. Tammy Slaton has always been the center of 1000 LB Sisters. Love her or hate her, fans tune in because of her. But in 2025, she may be the one who finally brings the whole show crashing down. The whispers started months ago. Fans scrolling through Instagram noticed something strange. Tammy wasn't featured in TLC's official promotions as much as before. Her sister, Amy, always playful and quirky, was still posting behind-the-scenes snapshots from filming. Amanda, who thrives on stirring up a bit of drama, was engaging with fans online. Even Chris appeared in promotional material about weight loss goals and family cookouts. But Tammy seemed oddly absent, barely appearing in official marketing pushes that had once relied almost entirely on her image. Industry insiders noticed too, and soon the speculation began. Could Tammy be pulling away from TLC? Could she be planning something outside the network's reach? At first, most fans dismissed it as gossip or clickbait. After all, Tammy had been under contract for years. TLC is known for binding its reality stars with strict agreements, packed with clauses that prevent them from working on outside projects without permission. How could Tammy possibly escape that grip? And then the leak started. Quietly at first, whispered through entertainment blogs and obscure Reddit threads, but soon gaining momentum. The rumors were no longer about Tammy simply stepping back. They were about Tammy planning something monumental, her own independent project. Sources claimed she was exploring a brand new career path, one that would allow her to bypass TLC's editing and finally speak directly to her audience. Some insiders hinted at a YouTube channel where Tammy could control the narrative. Posting raw, unfiltered videos without producers twisting her words. Others said TikTok sponsorships and brand deals were already on the table, with companies eager to work with Tammy's massive social media following. There were even whispers of a rival streaming platform considering giving Tammy her own solo show, built entirely around her life and transformation, without the interference of TLC. To understand just how huge this would be, you need to realize that Tammy Slaton is not just a character on 1000 LB. She is the lifeblood of the series. Amy might bring humor, Amanda might bring fire, Chris might bring stability, but Tammy is the one who drives the ratings. Her hospitalizations, her near-death experiences, her fiery fights, her complicated romances, and finally, her dramatic weight loss transformation have glued millions of viewers to their screens for 7 seasons. TLC knows this. Fans know this. And Tammy knows it too. Without her, 1000 LB Sisters might not survive. Which is why these rumors of her stepping away from TLC are not just surprising, they're catastrophic for the network. And the most shocking detail of all is that, according to people close to her, Tammy has already been quietly filming her own content. Footage that will never air on TLC, but could be released independently. Imagine Tammy Slaton, Unfiltered. No producer whispering in her ear, no scenes staged for drama, no creative editing designed to make her the villain. Just Tammy telling her story her own way. That's the kind of raw honesty fans have been begging for since season 1, and it's the exact thing TLC fears most. Because if fans get a taste of the real Tammy, without the manipulation, it could destroy that carefully constructed narrative TLC has spent years building. Despite the network's reported panic, Tammy seems to be moving forward with her plans. And according to insiders, the real reason for this shocking move boils down to one word: control. For years, Tammy has been portrayed as the antagonist of 1000 Del-B sisters. Every season, TLC emphasized her most dramatic moments, screaming arguments. With Amy, defiance in the face of medical advice, emotional breakdowns, angry outbursts. While fans knew editing could distort reality, Tammy lived through the consequences of that distortion. She became branded the villain of her own story. Online trolls mocked her temper, ridiculed her setbacks, and called her hopeless. Even when she made progress, TLC downplayed it to focus on the drama. Friends say Tammy is simply exhausted. She's tired of being portrayed as the lazy, unmotivated, unchangeable sister, while TLC profits off her suffering. She wants to change the narrative to finally show the world who she really is. But control isn't the only factor. Money plays a massive role. Many viewers assume reality stars make fortunes. But the truth is often far less glamorous. Reports claim the Slaton siblings only earn a few $1,000s per episode, a fraction of what people imagine. Meanwhile, TLC rakes in millions from advertising, international syndication, and streaming rights. The gap is staggering, and Tammy has started to realize that by breaking free, she could earn far more on her own. It's a successful YouTube channel. Brand sponsorships or a podcast could generate income that dwarfs her TLC paycheck. And this time, the money would be hers, not the network's. The idea of Tammy becoming her own brand is powerful. Social media is already buzzing with support, with comments flooding in. Yes, Tammy, do your own thing, girl. TLC has exploited you long enough. Others are more skeptical, warning that without TLC's structure, Tammy might lose focus or fall back into unhealthy patterns. But regardless of where fans stand, the reactions to these rumors have been explosive. Behind the scenes, TLC executives are reportedly scrambling, trying desperately to secure Tammy in another long-term contract before she slips away forever. And this is where things get dangerous for the network. Because if Tammy does walk away, if she truly starts an independent career, it could spell the end of 1000 Del-B sisters. The network might try to pivot, putting Amy or Amanda in the spotlight, but the reality is that Tammy is the centerpiece. She is the drama, the storyline, and the emotional heart of the series. Without her, the entire show could collapse. What makes this even more dramatic is the suggestion that Tammy herself may not even care if the show ends. According to insiders, she feels she has outgrown it. What began as an honest portrayal of two sisters fighting for survival has, in her eyes, turned into a circessa, highly edited reality soap opera that twists real pain into entertainment. Tammy reportedly no longer wants to play the role of TLC's puppet. She wants to be free, to take ownership of her own story, her own brand, and her own future. And if that means the end of 1000 Del-B sisters, so be it. So be it. Tammy Slaton's journey has always been one of the most polarizing and unpredictable sagas in reality television.
Ain't doing
And
no
now,
action, no.
in 2025,
Negative.
the shocking whispers surrounding her latest career move
Look at
are
Max's
stirring an
back.
uproar that could potentially end TLC's flagship series, 1000 Del-B sisters forever. Because if there is one undeniable truth about this show, it is that Tammy has always been its gravitational center. The chaotic storm around which every storyline, feud, triumph, and tragedy has revolved. And while Amy's quirky humor has brought light moments and Amanda's fiery outbursts have provided drama, it has always been Tammy who pulled in the ratings, the headlines, and the emotional investment of millions of viewers across the globe. And now the revelation that she might be preparing to walk away from TLC's iron grip to forge her own independent path has left fans, producers, and industry insiders both stunned and terrified. Because without Tammy, the very foundation of the show could collapse, leaving TLC scrambling to salvage what remains of its most profitable weight loss reality empire. And what makes this moment even more astonishing is the way the rumors started quietly, almost innocently, with eagle-eyed fans noticing that Tammy was oddly absent from promotional material, while Amy and Amanda continued to share behind-the-scenes pictures and stir up social media chatter. But Tammy herself appeared more distant, more private, more focused on something else entirely. Something bigger than anything she had been allowed to do on TLC's carefully managed stage. And when bloggers and reality TV insiders began speculating that she was secretly negotiating her own independent project, many dismissed it as just another round of clickbait gossip. Because how could Tammy, who for years seemed tethered to TLC by restrictive contracts, obligations, and the endless cycle of staged fights and humiliating edits, possibly muster the leverage or the courage to defy the network that made her famous? Yet, as the months rolled on, whispers became leaks. And leaks grew into a storm of credible reports that Tammy was indeed exploring new horizons. Horizons that could not only liberate her from the image TLC had crafted for her, but also redefine her as a public figure, influencer, and entrepreneur in her own right. And the possibilities being thrown around by insiders are staggering. From a YouTube channel where Tammy could finally speak directly to fans without the interference of producers, to a podcast deal that would allow her unfiltered thoughts and experiences to reach millions of listeners, to TikTok partnerships and brand sponsorships that could turn her into an online empire virtually overnight. With one particularly explosive rumor even suggesting that a rival streaming platform had already approached her with the idea of launching a solo series centered entirely around her life, her struggles, her triumphs, and her unedited truth. And if that were to happen, TLC would be left in ruins because, as much as Amy or Amanda or any other supporting figure contributes to the show, it is Tammy who has always carried the emotional and dramatic weight of 1,000 DLB sisters. Her near-death hospitalizations, her fiery resistance to doctors' orders, her volatile relationships, and her miraculous transformation after years of struggle forming the backbone of every season's arc. So the thought of her breaking away is nothing short of catastrophic for the network. And what's even more jaw-dropping is the claim that Tammy has already begun filming content in secret. Material that will never see the light of day on TLC, but could soon be released independently, offering fans a raw, unfiltered, unmanipulated glimpse into her real life, her real thoughts, her real emotions. And if that happens, it could destroy TLC's narrative control forever. Because viewers would suddenly be able to compare the TV Tammy with the real Tammy, and the difference, many suspect, would be staggering. As fans would finally see that behind the villain edit, behind the manufactured drama, there is a woman who has fought tirelessly for her survival. A woman who has been exploited for ratings, a woman who is now ready to take back her power. And while TLC executives reportedly scramble behind the scenes to lock Tammy into another long-term contract before she bolts, insiders insist that Tammy is driven now by one core motivation: control. Because for years she has been the antagonist in her own story, cast as the difficult sister, the defiant patient, the ticking time bomb, her breakdowns and screaming matches, highlighted while her moments of quiet growth, humor, and tenderness were buried in the editing room. And though fans have always suspected editing trickery, only Tammy herself has felt the full sting of being portrayed as the perpetual villain, with those closest to her claiming she is fed up with the exploitation, fed up with being used as the network's cash cow while receiving only a fraction of the profits. And that brings us to the second major factor behind her rumored departure: money. Because while many viewers imagine reality TV stars living lavishly, The truth is far less glamorous, with reports suggesting the Slaton siblings earn only a few $1,000s per episode. While TLC rakes in millions from advertising, streaming rights, and international licensing, and Tammy, now more aware than ever of her own marketability thanks to her viral success on TikTok, Instagram, and other platforms, is beginning to realize that she doesn't need TLC to profit off her name, her story, and her drama, because she can do it herself on her own terms. Keeping the lion's share of the revenue, and social media is already ablaze with reactions, with supporters flooding comment sections with encouragement like, "Yes, Tammy, finally do your own thing. TLC has milked you long enough." While others worry that without the structure and discipline of the show, Tammy could relapse into old habits. But no matter the opinion, the reaction proves one thing: people care deeply about what Tammy does next, which only reinforces her position as the heart of the franchise, and TLC knows it, which is why they are reportedly panicking behind closed doors, terrified that if Tammy does walk away, 1002 LB Sisters will lose its main star, its drama engine, and its emotional anchor. Because while Amy can provide comedic relief and Amanda can deliver fiery one-liners, it is Tammy's story that has always captured the audience, and without her, the show risks becoming hollow, a pale imitation of its former self. Yet, here's the twist according to insiders. Tammy may not even care if the show collapses in her absence, because she is said to believe she has outgrown it.